So in tonight's homework, we are talking about the addition properties. So students will need to know what the commutative property of addition is, what the associative property of addition is, and what the identity property of addition is. The way that I've told students to remember is commutative has the root word commute, and commute is when I told them to think about cars going back and forth on the freeway. That's commuting. Associative has the root word of associate or associates. And I told them to think about their friends. Those are their associates. Those are the people that they hang out with. So you can think of associative as people that hang out together. And the last one is the identity property. I told them to think of the identity property like a mirror. So 0 plus any number, and in this case it's 23, is going to be that number. So these are the terms that students will have to know in order to complete today's math lesson. I went on ahead and this is problem number 1 from tonight's homework. And the first thing that students need to be able to do is look at a problem, 9 plus 6 plus 31, and ask themselves, are there any numbers that I can add easily together? And the book wants them to start identifying what's called like powers of 10. For example, 9 plus the 1 in 31 is going to make an easy 10. So what the kids would then do is take this set of numbers and transfer it to the other side of the equal sign. But instead of putting it in the same order, they want the two numbers that we said were the easiest ones to add right next to each other. For example, 9 plus, we said that it was going to be really easy to add 31 to 9. So 31 plus what's left is the number 6. So doing this was called the commutative property because all we did was take numbers and put them into a different order. The numbers commuted, the numbers moved. So then you just bring down your equal sign. So your equal sign comes down, and then your 9 comes down, your plus sign comes down, your 31 comes down, plus sign again comes down, and 6 comes down. The next thing that you're going to do is group them based on how easy it is to add them. For example, again, we said that 9 and 31 was going to be really easy to add because there's a 9 and a 1. Since we put parentheses around it, we've used the associative property. Okay, so 9 plus 31, by putting parentheses, we've used the associative property. So now we're going to take our equal sign and do equal again, but this time we're going to solve what's inside of the parenthesis. So 9 plus 31 is going to give us 40. And then we bring down our plus sign, and then we bring down our 6. And then now we've gotten it to a point where it's easy enough for us to solve in our heads. So 40 plus 6 will give us 46. So that is a gist of how to do tonight's homework. Make sure that students understand the different addition properties. And if they understand these properties, then they should be able to take tonight's math and do it very strategically. And the goal is to be able to answer a problem like this pretty much using mental math. So instead of going and adding it like on the side, because we can all do that, instead of doing something like this, they're teaching them strategies to be able to add